Hey, what is up YouTube? I am back here with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make Beckbrojack. To make them, here's what you're going to need. You're going to need black wool, gray concrete, blue concrete, green wool, smooth red sandstone, red terracotta, and these other blocks. Block of quartz, cyan wool, cyan concrete, white terracotta, gray terracotta, brown concrete, and white wool. Pause the video if needed. Once you have all those materials, here's what you want to do. What you want to do is you want to place 8 black wool on the floor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go on top of that row by 3 gray concrete, 2 black wool, 3 gray concrete. Scratch that. This wants to be gray wool instead of gray concrete. Then, for the next row, you want to do, for the next 2 rows, you want to do 3 gray concrete, 2 black wool, 3 gray concrete. Like I said, for the next 2. Then, for the next row, you want to do 3 blue wool, 2 blue concrete, 3 blue wool. Continuing up, you want to do a solid row of blue concrete. For the next row, do 2 blue wool, 4 blue concrete, 2 blue wool. Then, do 3 blue wool, 2 blue concrete, 3 blue wool. Do that for another 2 rows. So 1, 2. For the next row, do 2 blue wool, 4 blue concrete, 2 blue wool. Then continuing on up, do 1 blue wool, 6. Actually, okay. Come down to the second to last row that you just did. Move over to the side. Break this block. Break the block right here. And this block wants to be smooth red sandstone. And this one wants to be... We're missing a block. So get rid of your red terracotta. And grab out orange terracotta. And this block wants to be an orange terracotta. Leaving you with something that looks like this so far. Once you have done that and fix that little mistake, you want to come back up to the top here again, and you want to do 6 blue wool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then do 1 smooth red sandstone, 1 orange terracotta. For the next row, grab out your cyans. So you do not need your blue wools anymore. Your blues, your dark blues. And grab cyan wool. Then what you want to do is you want to place 2 cyan concrete, 4 cyan wool, 1 smooth red sandstone, 1 orange terracotta. And over on the side here, just place some temporary blocks on this row. So just do your green wool, but we'll actually do it in the pattern that you want. So you want to do 2 green concrete, 2 green wool. Come over here, and we'll actually just do temp blocks. So 2 green wool, 2 green concrete. And that is where the arms want to start. So, coming back up to the row you just did, on top of it, cyan wool, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 orange terracotta, and that's the finish of the row. Come on top, do 1 cyan, 4 cyan wool, 1 orange terracotta, 1 smooth red sandstone, 1 orange terracotta. For the next row, do 1 cyan, 3 cyan wool, get rid of the greens, and grab out your red terracotta and your block of quartz. And what you want to do is you want to place 1 block of quartz, 1 red terracotta, 2 orange terracotta. For the next row, do 1 cyan concrete, 3 cyan wool, 2 block of quartz, 2 red terracotta. For the next row, do 4 cyan terracotta, 1 block of quartz, 1 red terracotta, 2 block of quartz. Then going back on top, you want to do 3 cyan wool, get rid of your orange terracotta. We're missing another color. You want red wool. So grab out your red wool here, and you want to do 1 red wool, 2 block of quartz, 2 red terracotta. For the next row, do 2 cyan, 1 red wool, 2 cyan, 1 red terracotta, 2 block of quartz. For the next row, do 1 cyan, 1 red, 4 cyan, 2 red terracotta. Coming on top, you want to do 1 cyan, 1 red wool, 1 cyan, get rid of your grays, grab out your greens, and you want to do 1 green concrete, 1 green wool, 1 cyan, 1 red wool, 1 cyan concrete. Then do 2 cyan concrete, 2 green concrete, 2 green wool, 2 cyan concrete, leaving you with something that looks like this so far. Then what you want to do is get rid of your black and grab out your white terracotta. We're going to start on this arm right here, so the right arm. And what you want to do is these 2 blocks right here, you want to break them and replace them with white terracotta. Then, coming on top of that, you want to do, going from left to right, you want to do 1 white terracotta, 1 green concrete, 1 green wool, 1 green concrete. For the next row, do 4 green wool. Then coming on top, you want to do 3 green wool, 1 white terracotta. Then for the next 2 rows, do 2 green wool, 2 white terracotta. Like I said, for the next 2. So this is the second row. Then for 2 solid rows, just do 2 solid rows of white terracotta. Then for the next row, do a solid row of cyan. Then do 2 cyan, 2 cyan wool. For the next 2 rows, do 1 cyan concrete, 3 cyan wool, leaving you with something that looks a little bit like that for your right arm. Pause the video if needed. Once you have that, it's time to move over to the other side. So going from right to left, you want to do 3 green concrete, 1 green wool. Coming on top for the next, I don't even know, 6 rows, do 1 green concrete, 3 green wool. Like I said, for the next 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on top of that. Yep, because this is your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. And then fill that in with the rest that you do not have. Then for the next row, you want to do a solid row of cyan concrete. Then do 2 cyan wool, 2 cyan concrete. For the next row, do 3 cyan wool, 1 cyan concrete. And repeat that for the row after that. Leaving you with something that should look a little bit like that for the front. Pause the video if needed, and once you have that, it is time to move over onto the back. So, for the back here, you want to grab back out all of your good old classic colors. So, your black wool, your gray wool, your gray concrete. These you want to keep, except for the red wool. And you want your blue wool too. So, let's move that over. There's so many different colors that you actually need, and it's hard to prioritize what you want. We want these two first. So, there's all the blocks you want for the back right now. So, once you finish the front, here's what you want to do. You want to come over to the back here, and you want to go back by 3 with your black wool on both sides. Connect it together with your black wool, leaving you with a little U shape here. Once you have done that, what you want to do is coming on top of it here, you want to do 3 gray wool, 2 black wool, 3 gray wool. Then 1 gray wool, 1 gray concrete, 1 gray wool, 2 black wool, 1 gray wool, 1 gray concrete, 1 gray wool. Coming on top, do 3 gray wool, 2 black wool, 3 gray wool. For the next row, do 3 blue wool, 2 blue concrete, 3 blue wool. Then do a solid row of blue concrete. For the next row, do 2 blue wool, 4 blue concrete, 2 blue wool. Then for the next 3 rows, do 3 rows of 3 blue wool, 2 blue concrete, 3 blue wool. So first, second, third. And as you can see, the pattern is almost the same as the front, but there's a big difference here. Right on this row, this does not exist. So what you want to do is you want to place 1 blue wool, 6 blue concrete, 1 blue wool. Repeat that for the next row. Then for the next row, do a solid row of blue wool. Then coming on top here, what you want to do is the start of the torso. You want to do 2 orange terracotta, 4 cyan, 2 cyan concrete. Then do 3 orange terracotta, 4 cyan, 1 cyan concrete. For the next row, do 1 orange terracotta, 1 smooth red sandstone, 1 orange terracotta, 4 cyan, then 1 cyan concrete. For the next row, do 2 orange terracotta. This makes it hard. Get rid of your dark blues, replace them with your quartz and your red terracotta. Then you want to do 1 red terracotta, 1 block of quartz, 3 cyan wool, 1 cyan concrete. Then you want to do 3 red terracotta, 1 block of quartz, 3 cyan wool, 1 cyan concrete. For the next row, do 4 block of quartz, 4 cyan concrete. Then do 3 red terracotta, 1 block of quartz, 4 cyan wool. Then you want to do 3 block of quartz, 5 cyan. Coming on top, you want to do a solid row of cyan wool. Then do 3 cyan wool, 2 cyan concrete, 3 cyan wool. Then do a solid row of cyan concrete. leaving you with something that should look a little bit like this. Once you have that, you can get rid of your gray wool and that, and grab out these three right here. And to make matters easier, this arm is exactly identical to the front. The only difference on this arm is all of this becoming zombie part does not exist. So it's just solid white terracotta, but then that is mimicked. So I'll just start over on this arm to make it easier. And all you need to do is just copy what you have on the front. Because this arm is just fully zombified. Like, he's part human, half zombie. Well, half human, half zombie, if you want to be more exact. So, it's a pretty cool skin if I mean, it's a pretty cool skin to have standing in your world. So, I just thought I would make him since I already have the statue standing here, physically, in this world. So, I was like, was one of the requested statues, let's make it. So, once you have done that, and the back of the statue looks like this, pause the video if needed, and what you want to do is come over to, we'll start on the left arm. So come over to the right here, actually the right arm, and what you want to do is you want to do this little pattern. Coming down below, you want to get rid of your 2 greens, because that does not exist on this one, and grab out your 2 grays. And what you want to do is you want to do 1 gray wool, 1 gray concrete. Then do 1 gray concrete, 1 gray wool. Then do 2 gray concrete. Do a solid row of blue wool. So get rid of your 2 cyans, grab out your blues. Do a solid row of blue wool, if I can place the block. Solid row of blue concrete. Then finish it off with solid rows of blue wool. Fill in the bottom of the arm here with your white terracotta. And then bring your white terracotta all the way up until you hit the cyan. So like that. Then you want to get rid of these 2 and grab out your cyans. Then you want to do a solid row of cyan concrete. Then do 3 solid rows of cyan wool, leaving you with something that looks a little bit like that. Let me pull up the other side here. And for the other side, it is pretty simple. You do not need your white terracotta, you just need your green wool. That's the only difference. So, pause the video, get that finished, and what you want to do is coming back over here, you want to come down below here, and you want to do 1 gray concrete, 1 gray wool, 1 gray wool, 1 gray concrete, 2 gray wool for the next row, then do 2 blue wool, 2 blue concrete, finish the rest of the leg off with your blue wool. Then come in below here, fill the bottom in with your green wool, then bring up about 6 rows of green wool, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, actually make that 7, of just solid green wool. Then do 2 cyan, finish the rest of the arm with your cyan wool, leaving you with something that looks a little bit like that. Yeah, sorry. Once you have done that, you are almost done with your statue. All you need to do is just add a head. Oh wait, I forgot a little thing. Coming up here, fill in 3, coming in by 3 with your cyan wool. But once you have done that, you are basically almost done with your statue. But for the head, put everything back into your inventory. And grab out these blocks. Green wool. And I just dropped it. Green wool. Green concrete. White terracotta. Brown concrete. Gray terracotta. White wool. Cyan wool. And I'm pretty sure that is actually about it. Let me look at the sides and everything. Okay. And I am actually missing a block. You know, it does not surprise me. Yeah, that is basically all the colors you want. But we want to grab an extra color. We want brown wool. So, grab out your brown wool. I always just grab all the blocks before, and half the time I think that I have them all. But on some statues, there's just so many different blocks that it's hard to keep track of all of them. So, once you've grabbed all those materials, here's what you want to do. You want to come up to the top here, and you want to place one solid row of green wool. Yeah. Then coming out by 2 with your white terracotta. So, hanging off the statue by 2 white terracotta, like so. Then, what you want to do is coming in on this row, you want to count in 1, break the 6 middle blocks here, leaving you with that so far. Then what you want to do is you want to place 2 green wool coming in on either side, then 2 gray terracotta in the middle here. Then for the next row, you want to do 2 white terracotta, 4 green wool, 2 white terracotta. For the next row, do 3 green wool, 2 brown concrete, 3 white terracotta. For the next row, do 1 green concrete, 1 white wool, 1 cyan, 1 green concrete, 1 white terracotta, 1 cyan wool, 1 white wool, 1 white terracotta. Then do 1 green concrete, 2 gray terracotta, 1 green concrete, 1 white terracotta, 2 brown concrete, 1 green concrete. Then for the next row, do 1 brown concrete, 3 green, 2 white, 1 green, 1 brown. For the next row, do 3 brown, 1 gray, 2 brown, well, okay, make that 1 brown, 1 gray, 2 brown. Leaving you with something that should look a little bit like that. And actually repeat that for another row. So 3 brown, 1 gray, 1 brown, 1 gray, 2 brown. Leaving you with something that looks like that. Once you have that, what you want to do is you want to come over to the back. Yeah, we'll do the back. So, coming off the back here, what you want to do is you want to expand the green wool until it comes off the back by 2. So, 1. So, 1, 2. Leaving you with that so far. Then, coming on top of here, what you want to do is you want to do a solid row of gray terracotta. Then do 3 gray terracotta, 2 brown concrete, 3 gray terracotta. For the next row, do 2 brown concrete, 4 brown wool, 2 brown concrete. For the next row, do 2 brown wool, 4 brown concrete, 2 brown wool. Then for the next 3 rows, just do 3 solid rows of brown concrete, leaving you with something that looks a little bit like that. Once you have that, it's time to move over onto, and it just scrolled me back down for no reason. It is time to move over onto the left side. So on the left side here, it is different than the other side. So coming down to the bottom here, what you want to do is you want to break this block here, replace it with a white terracotta. Then coming on top of here, what you want to do is you want to do 2 white terracotta, 1 brown concrete, for 3 gray terracotta. It's just so weird because this just seems so small compared to the rest of the statues. And the only reason is because the last statue was the Angry Birds. So it just seems tiny. Then for the next row, you want to do 1 gray terracotta, 2 white terracotta, 3 gray terracotta. For the next row, do 1 gray terracotta, 2 white, 3 gray. Then coming on top here, you want to do 3 gray, 1 brown wool, 1 brown terracotta, 1 brown wool. For the next row, do 2 brown concrete, 4 brown wool. For the next row, do 1 brown concrete, 4 brown wool. Yeah, that is 4. And then 1 brown concrete. Then for the final row, just do a solid row of brown concrete, leaving you with something that should look like that for the one side. Then coming over to the other side here, pause the video if needed, get that finished. You want to come over to the other side here and you want to do 2 green wool, 1 brown concrete. Then 3 gray terracotta. Coming back to the top, you want to do 1 gray terracotta, 1 green concrete, 1 green wool, 3 gray terracotta. For the next row, do 1 gray terracotta, 2 green wool, 3 gray terracotta. Then you want to do 3 gray terracotta, 1 brown wool, 1 brown concrete, 1 brown wool. For the next row, do 2 brown concrete, 4 brown wool. Then do 1 brown concrete, 4 brown wool, break that again, do 1 brown concrete. Finish it off with a solid row of brown concrete, leaving you with something that looks like that for the other side. Once you have done that, all you need to do is come up to the top here, fill it all in with your brown concrete here. And once you have done that, you are 100% fully done with your Beckbrojack statue. Let me give you a little go around here. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again next time. Let me finish this little thing. Bye.